Good evening. This is Evening Sky. I'm your host, Sky. The world. Let me start over. One, two, three. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe. All right. Trump He hit the button. He hit the button. It's Trump's world. If he was going for another 4 years, he would have been like, "Did you see what I did?" He's probably going to help Vance out in another 2 years, try to get elected, just to have the aroma still of this very strategic planning of this attack. Of course, as you probably already know, Iran has been attacked based off of Israeli and United States forces. Multiple people are dead. I think hundreds of children are dead. But that is the cost of war. It's either their children or our children. I'd rather it be their children that die than have our children die. So with the ideal of war, which is what you want to do as the last resort, it has to be the last thing. Talks folded. They were saying yes, they were saying no, they were hemming and hawing and saying, yeah, we're gonna go with it. They finally, said, United States, I'm saying Iran was saying that. United States was like, all right, y'all can talk all you want. We just gonna drop these bombs. And to put on top of that, let me see if I get his name right. God damn, they're so close. So close. Khamenei, and there's Khomeini. There's Khomeini and there's Khamenei or Khamenei. He's still alive according to Wikipedia. I'm going by Wikipedia. Israel and United States say he's dead, but Iran is yet to declare his demise. Christopher Perkins says, keep doing absolutely real America political media news work coverage daily with your very articulate analysis, sir. Respectfully. Thank you very much, Christopher Perkins. Salute. Smoking on that Ayatollah pack. Rec DJ 101, salute to you. Salute. You must be in the haterverse. Tuckman2164 says, hi. Make sure you tell about 12,000 people about me, then we'll be in good money. Hi to Susan McCoy, 1316. Hi, Susan. But yeah, he pulled the trigger. But this is what this means. Like, Trump is still very bad. He's still an awful human being and a terrible president. Let's not forget that. Let's not excuse and say that, oh, wow, he did something powerful. Yes, he did something powerful again, like last summer. He dropped the bomb on Iran the first time. Got, rid of most of their nuclear capabilities. Didn't do the job completely, so he had to say, look, we're going to do this right now in the wintertime. That was the summer. This is that winter. This is that winter hate. We hating you all in the winter. So we drop bombs on you, see what happens after that. That's powerful. I hope the economy stays stable. The economy should soar. The economy should soar as long as we're in position of authority and power. The economy should do very well. The jobs growth, even though they're not connected, don't make it like, oh well, the politicians and the government are connected to the stock market. No, they're not necessarily. But there are some parallels between what happens with the stock market and what happens with the government. Government can influence the stock market, make it crash, like it did in 1929 because of the Federal Reserve. That was all because of the Federal Reserve. The 2008 banking crisis in America, that was precipitated by the government. That was Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. All had to do with that. But anyway, good news today. Iran was attacked. We need to get rid of Iran's regime. It doesn't look like he's been killed as of yet. I'm still going by Wikipedia. If they have the Wikipedia dates, he was born April 19th, 1939, and then they show, February 28th, 2026, then I'll be like, all right, now that nigga dead. That nigga's dead. But, until then, nigga's still alive, apparently, somewhere. He's 86 years old. If you survive, this is my question for tonight. This is my question for tonight. Should there have been, or could there be in the future? And I don't want to harp on should there have been. Who is this? Bumba's in the house. My collar's blue, but my neck is red. All right, Bumba's doing a lot of gang lyrics on my live right now. I don't know what's going on with Bumba and the gang lyrics, but okay. Um, should there have been a SEAL Team 6 Delta Force MARSOC, that's Marines Special Command, Special Operations Command? Should there have been that kind of operation instead of a bombing? You know what I mean? Like, couldn't it, what was the reason why they didn't do that? Why didn't they do a similar kind of action that got Bin Laden in 2010, and then have that transferred over to what just happened today? I don't know. I'm not a political analyst. I'm not a military strategist, so I don't know what the impetus was for them to bomb instead of just saying that we're gonna send in a special forces team. We don't know where they're from. We don't know what to do. You haven't really heard about Delta Force and MARSOC because they're real quiet. It's Navy SEALs, they get blasted mainly in rapper and songs, especially move like the Navy SEALs and stuff like that. They all that fly fancy stuff. A wise man doesn't give all the right answers. He asks all the right questions. That's a very, very erudite, very succinct way of looking at things. I like that. He does not know. He doesn't give all the right answers. He asks all the right questions. I like that. That's about me. I ask more questions than I have answers. That's why I am wise, not just knowledgeable, but I'm wise enough because you see what's happening before it happens. It's part of my philosophy that I'll be unveiling in about 2 years, less than 2 years. But anyway, yeah. So I don't understand why it wasn't that kind of party. Why was it a bombing party? Why was it a just hit anything and everybody kind of party? And I run so far away. Bumba's wild, and he must be sipping something good. He must be on that potion. But anyway, yeah, we're at war. We're at war. It hasn't been declared. Congress is whining and crying. Well, he should have went through us first, and they have a point. They have a point. You go through Congress first before you do anything. But it's within his limits. He can do it. It's more like, is it like a courtesy thing? It's like, oh, I should go through Congress first, man. Nah, it's all right. I'm not going to be courteous this time, So, what is it that happens? What happens? I don't understand exactly what the issue is. 2 people in here, 2 likes. I'm not mad. I was off yesterday. I was just like, I'm good. Some days I just take off, read, survey the landscape. But anyway, we're at war. This is war. This is war. And it's ugly, and it's brutal, and it's nasty, and it's disgusting. There's nothing pretty about war. There's no glory in it. There's no glory in war. There's only honor. Possibly. There's honor. There's cowardice. There's all kinds of ways that people can exhibit, different things during wartime. That's the reality. That's what's so true. So when you have an ideal like, going in like SEAL Team 6, did in 2010 to get Osama bin Laden, why not? Why didn't they? I just want to know why not. Why didn't they do that? I have to ask people like Dr. Jerome Brook. He would know why. I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad. I just don't know. I mean, there'd be no question. If they came in with with their training and their know-how and their agility and their abilities, It would say he's dead. Everybody says he's dead. United States and Israel say he's dead, but Iran has yet to yet to confirm it. They yet to confirm it. So that's the reality. I just want to know. I'm probably gonna ask because, like I said, it killed like 100 school children. 100 school children are dead. Young females. It says, based on reports as of February 28, 2026, there are multiple conflicting and rapidly evolving reports regarding a high number of school children killed in Iran, with figures ranging from 40 to over 200, amid a volatile, escalating, and violent situation. Center for Human Rights in Iran. I can't take that. Iran says over 100 school children killed in strikes. That's what Iran says. They haven't said anything about their leader yet. They haven't said a goddamn thing about their leader yet. Wyndham 55111. If there was a God, he wouldn't love Trump. He would not love Trump. There is no God, but if there was one, he wouldn't love Trump. I'm sure about that. Or maybe he would. Maybe they're on the same kind of par. Because the 10 Commandments misses some commandments. It doesn't say thou shalt not rape. That's interesting. Don't steal, don't kill, but rape. That's all right. That's all right. Do what you got to do. You want to rape people? That's fine. Governments are given authority to maintain, practice, war, and judgment were sometimes part of God's plan in history. Well, there is no God's plan. There is only human activity. That's the only reality that is true. Because what is a God? What is God? There is no God. What is God? 5'7", or is he 7'8"? Does he sit on a sofa, or is the throne padded? You think I'm like trying to be facetious, but I'm telling it like it is. Once you start saying that there are attributes and specific characteristics of God, then the whole thing just falls apart. It just falls apart. Creator, yeah, the creator. There is no creator. There is just is. What created the letter A? What letter comes before letter A? What comes after letter Z? What's 1 plus 1? Is it 3? That's what you say when there's a God. 1 plus 1 equals 3. That's God. That's saying that there's a Jesus in heaven and God and all that, and Allah and Moses and Muhammad. That's saying there's a God. 1 plus 1 equals 3. And you can't even type. You said you can't even talk. You missed the L there, sir. Elon is robots God. Okay. What does that even say? What does that say about anything? I don't even know what that means. Elon is robots God. Anyway, we're at war. We're at war. And the only people that are supporting this are the UN and United States Democrats and parts of Europe. They're saying, oh no, America wants to get to another war. I can't believe it. You goddamn right we're going to get another war. We're going to get into another war. And I think we can actually use nuclear weapons again against Iran. That would be great. It'd be expensive. Probably be about $50 billion at least to use nuclear weapons. But I think we can cover it. I think we can cover the charge. Elon creates robots. He is their God. Okay. I like that metaphor. That's a good metaphor. But I'm saying that there's no God like in the Bible and stuff like that. There's no God. There is no God. I had 3 people in here and 3 likes. I wasn't mad. Now I got 2 people in here. Fair, yeah. But yeah, let's stay on topic though. We're talking about war. We're at war right now with Iran. We're finally at war since 1979. They precipitated all kinds of acts of terror and all kinds of acts of barbarism, and we're finally going to attack their savagery. We're finally going to get at the main piece. We're finally going to get at the main ideal that is behind all of this nastiness that has gone on for the past few decades. 6 people in here, 3 likes. Let's get to 6 likes. Come on, whoever's in here, make sure you get it up to 6 likes. Right there. See that? Boop. 6 likes. Let's go. 5 people in here now. All right. Freedom for the people of Iran. Yes. Yes. Freedom for the people of Iran. This is like, the Wizard of Oz. I'm sure I'm not spoiling anything, but when the Wicked Witch of the West was, when she got the water thrown on her, the Winky Guard is what they're called. The OEO, those guys. They were all for her. They were like, yeah, we got to protect the witch. We got to protect the witch. She's all for us. A lot of people argue, this isn't official, but some people say that the OEO was actually all we are. We owe her. That's what they're saying, but that hasn't been confirmed. That's never been confirmed. That's not actual, but I just thought that was an interesting tidbit. But, the people of Iran will be happy. See what? It's not even like, it's really obvious. It's not even like a game. Look at 1979, after the Supreme Leader Khomeini, I'm just going to say Coco, and KK. Coco and KK. KK is still alive. Coco got killed. Or he just died. I don't think he got killed. He just died. But, Coco, Supreme Leader Coco, he flipped the whole switch. Look at photographs and video of women wearing skirts and blouses that are revealing, but not too much. They're not like nasty or trying to be unladylike, but they're revealing. Their shoulders are their arms are showing, their elbows are showing, their knees are showing. That got all flipped around. Everything got flipped around in 1979 revolution. Everything got flipped. And they had to cover themselves. They had to wear burqas and hijabs and stuff like that. Really disgusting. What happened to them? So, freedom to the people of Iran. Freedom to the men of Iran, the gay people, gay men. They can do what they want to do. I want to have no business with it. I want to have no business with it. But they can do whatever they want to do. And women too, and transgender and all the rest. They should be able to do all they want to do, freak off just like they do in America and parts of Europe and Australia and stuff like that. South America. They should have that right to do what they wish to do. It's just it's an interesting turn of events. It's an interesting turn of events that we have this war going on, and we have nobody, really defending us. Europe's like, whatever, if America, you're always getting into wars. We're so tired of wars. I mean, there's Ukraine and Russia, but I mean, really? And the UN is against it. Oh, surprise, surprise, the United Nations against this war. Skinny Tubbs, a.k.a. Slim. That's a long banana. Oh, it's a tie. That was clever. I like the jokes. I like the sense of humor. Let's stay on topic, though. Let's stay on topic. It's actually gold, more so than it is yellow. It's yellow gold, I guess you can say. Kind of like the Pittsburgh Steelers, or the Pittsburgh Pirates, or the Pittsburgh Penguins. But it's really about Newark and Newark High School, Newark, Delaware. Black and gold. So, just in case you were wondering. But anyway, so I don't understand why they bombed instead of had, special forces coming in the Green Berets, um, SEALs, MARSOC, Marine Special Operations Command. I don't know. I have no clue why they didn't do that. I don't know. I don't recognize how they didn't. I mean, like I said, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad even at the 100, 200 children being killed. It's either the 100, 200 children being killed over there or 100, 200 children being killed over here. Because they're not going to give a goddamn. They're not going to be surgical. They're not going to be strategic and have Delta Force and SEALs and MARSOC come through. They're just going to bomb places. They're just going to blow up places and not care who, what the hell. Not just old men and young men, but little babies, little girls, little boys, old people, disabled people, young people. They're not going to give a damn. They're not going to care. This has been coming since. Yes, I was just saying that. I was talking about how if you take a photo book of 1979 post the revolution and 1979 pre the revolution, you will see that there are women with skirts and their legs showing and their arms showing, going to school, learning. I mean, there are students at school. There are females that are going to school in Iran right now, but not as many, probably not as much, and they're probably really restricted to doing very menial tasks and stuff like that with doctorates, so. Allegedly, I'm not sure if that's true, but I would imagine that's true. So thank you, man. BX81WL. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is next level. This is definitely next level. This is on another continent, a totally different continent. This is on Asia. This is Southwest Asia, and Iran had to get dealt with. U.S. was like, nigga, what? Nigga, what you gonna do? United States punched Iran in his shit. And now it's just like, what you gonna do about it? Bumba, I'm not even gonna reply to you. You're way off topic. I don't know what you're doing, Bumba. I don't know. Are you sipping something good? Are you smoking on something? What are you doing? Let's stay on topic, sir. I got people I don't even know on topic. For real, was a free society from the 50s until the mullahs took over and deposed the Shah of Iran. Yep. Facts. Facts. Those are facts. And in the meantime, Iran has sponsored more terroristic groups, more terroristic actions and events than probably any other country in the world. That's why we had to attack them. And I'm just like, I'm doing the baby hand rub right now. Because I'm thinking about North Korea. I'm thinking about China. What is going to happen with those two? They're looking at Iran like, damn, that nigga got hit. That nigga got hit in his shit. God damn. I don't know what you're talking about, Bumba. Salute. King Hazy. Only Hayes. Peace up to you, sir. Salute to you. Salute. Got 3 people in here, 5 likes. Not mad. It's not popping like it should be, but it's all right. I'm not mad. I'll take what I can get. But yeah, so it's war. It's a war outside no man is safe from. No. There's a war going on outside no man is safe. You were doing the Jewish hand rub meme. I didn't even know that's a hand rub meme. And now you're on topic. Good to go, Bumba. I was doing the baby, baby Birdman. Baby Birdman does it. What does he say? Playboy? Believe that, Playboy. He does here's the hand rub. But thank you for saying Jewish. You didn't say the little hats. I just that just gets at me. The little hats, Respect to people who say it, but I just don't say it. I just say Jew, Muslim, or Christian. Simple as that. They all wear little hats. But this is war. This is what it's all about. Nobody wants war. The real people the people who want war will not pick up a rifle and fight. They will not be on the front lines. They will not train to be a killing machine. They will not train to be a rational killer. They will speak. Oh yeah, we should go to war. We should go to war. But you're gonna stand a post? Yeah, I'm not gonna stand a post. I'm not gonna do that so much. I'm good. Ben Shapiro rocking a beanie yarmulke these days. Pedar Sag says students take first union. I just made that up. He's saying STFU. So why are you here? If you want me to STFU, why are you even here? What? It's the funniest thing. I got 5 people in here with 5 likes, and we got somebody that's saying STFU. For what? Why come in somebody else's live and say STFU? Unless you're probably trolling. I understand you can get your trolling. Get your troll on. We live in a free society, kinda. It's not fully free. It's semi-free. But it's way better than Iran. Way better than Iran. The worst person in America, the person you see on the median, God bless, anything helps, but veteran in need, whatever, in a wheelchair with, only don't have any legs, whatever the case may be. Way better than anybody. The richest, the wealthiest, most, got food in the house and car in the garage and a beautiful family, wife and kids, everything. Still worse off. They don't have rights. They don't have full rights. They have no full rights. Like Americans. We don't have complete rights, but the rights we do have, we can still say we can hold on to them. We still have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, thanks to the Declaration. We still have that. Go to the Constitution, well, they got rid of Roe v. Wade. They got rid of, so many other things, so many different ideals have been, taken out. It's like, well, we're not fully free. We're kind of free. Iran should have to listen to co-worker music. I don't know what that means. What is it? What the hell does that mean? What is co-worker music? I don't know what is co-worker music. What is that, Bumba? Should have to listen to co-worker music. I have no. Y'all surprise me every time. Usually you guys give me information and it's stuff that I didn't know. But y'all, Bumba, I don't know what the hell you're going to do now. So he's still alive. KK, Khomeini, and Khomeini. They're saying he was killed, but this isn't true. He's still alive. Once they get rid of the supreme leader, that will be the real way of saying, look, we wasn't playing around, nigga. We real about this. We telling the truth on this. Put facts on that. Put facts on my name. Dax and Tom McDonald. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. I think I kind of understand what you're saying. Good night. We'll look for you in the future. Left my like. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe. Get your subscription on. Subscribe. And tell 12 other people to subscribe too. Trump was. I heard that. I don't think that's a fallacy. I think I heard that somewhere. Ian Inward 1314. I think I heard that somewhere. I don't think you're false on that. He's 79 years old. I think he does wear a adult pamper. Allegedly. I don't want to get sued. He said he was saying I have wearing a diaper. I'm not wearing a diaper. It's beautiful. I go when I want to go, and I can go however I want to go. 8 people in here, 5 likes. Not mad. Should get up to 10 people in here, 5 likes. Should have 10 likes. Let's go. Let's keep it popping. Let's go. Past the halfway mark. Let me take a sip. Yeah, you know what? I will look it up. I used to, chastise people saying, "What's my show? You tell me." I'm not looking it up, but I'll look it up. That's not a problem. Trump diapers. He's gonna have his own diaper line. Diaper Don is a viral social media meme and political insult targeting Donald Trump, often used by critics alleging incontinence. It's all alleged. It's all alleged. I'm not trying to get sued. Diaper Don. That's the funny part. I needed a laugh today because it's so serious. 100 kids could have got killed today. 100 kids. Or more. But like I said, it's either 100 kids on Iran or 100 kids in America. And I would rather it be 100 Iranian kids. I know that sounds cold, but that's just the reality of it all. That's just the selfishness in me. I have more concern, more interest in the human beings in this country than I have for Iran. However, I do care about the people in Iran, and I'd rather them be more free and have more liberty than they ever had in their lifetime. He got his 72 Star Trek fans. What are you talking about, Bumba? I don't know what you're talking about. It was in the 90s, maybe earlier. He damaged something back in the 90s or earlier. I don't know what you're talking about, Ian. Streets got to eat, and right now, Iran is food. Thank you very much, Marcus Blackwood. What's going on, Marcus? It's been a long time. Salute to you. What's good? What's good, Marcus? I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time. But yeah, you know what? Just like with Mr. Choice Star Terrain. Just like Mr. Choice Star Terrain. He said, never. Well, he didn't say. He got it from another guy. I can't remember the other guy's name, but he popularized it. Never show your plate to a nigga that's hungry. And America was hungry. And Iran showed his plate and got got the food ate. Got the food ate. Iran was food. It was looking real tasty out here. Pause. Iran got its plate rocked. Been doing sports content, but I'm here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Trump, he damaged something back there, and he's been in diapers since the 1990s. Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's alleged though. That's not my show. The views expressed by Ian do not represent those of Skylar Saunders or Saunders at Sky Saunders on YouTube. Viewer discretion is advised. Been doing sports content. That's cool. Keep doing sports content. I sometimes do sports content. I think the sports content is really cool now. We had the Olympics. They had the All-Star game. They had the Super Bowl, which was really boring. So this is like one of the worst Super Bowls in like years. God damn, that Super Bowl was boring. But they had the halftime show got more flow than the actual game. Ian does endorse. It's not alleged. It's a fact. Ian does endorse these views. Yes, you do that. I'm not. I agree. The Super Bowl had no buzz. It was awful. It was all like field goals until the later on, like to the second or third quarter. I can't remember, but it was just like 12. They kicked it 4 times. I was like, what the hell is this? No touchdowns. It was like 12-zip or something like that for like the longest time. God, that was awful. But salute to the Seahawks. You know, salute to them. They're all right. What is this? Who's somebody's fighting? Who's fighting? Marcus. Who's fighting? Isn't Jake Paul fighting somebody or something? Or did he already fight somebody? I'm gonna ask you for all the sports knowledge, but I'm still gonna talk about the war, because that goes along with fighting, you know. Will QQ6X7 vote Trump and you always be a winner? Give me a sec. All right, good to go, Marcus. Take your time, sir. Well, I cannot say that. I did not vote for Trump ever, not once. I don't think he's a qualified leader. I think he's a puppet. I think he's the chump in the front. They got the strings controlling him, saying, telling him, saying the only thing he has with him is he's very liberal at the mouth. He runs his mouth. Probably too much. Probably his advisors say, sir, you shouldn't really say that. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. It's so beautiful how I can talk, and the people, they're so beautiful how they listen to what I have to say. He got a eat. What is it? He got an ear? What does that mean, Will? I'm not sure what you mean. He got an ear. He got an ear for what? But yeah, you can't. I would never vote for Trump. I never have voted for Trump, and if he runs for city council, I'm not voting for Trump. If he moved to Delaware and started to say he wanted to be on a city council in Newark, Delaware, I'd be like, nope, not voting for Trump. Sorry. Get him out of here. Oh, okay. I don't know what you mean, Will. I don't know what you mean. But anyway, yeah, we're at war. We're at war. We're fighting. I don't think Jake Paul is ready to fight. He's recovering from a broken jaw. He's got a black eye too, I think. He sustained this injury during his loss to Anthony Joshua. Okay, that's the one I was thinking about. The Anthony Joshua Jake Paul fight. Yeah. Trump is making a drill rap song about Iran right now. That was good, Bummer. You're staying on topic, and that was really clever. I can just imagine him getting in the booth. Where's my snare? Turn me down. Turn the music up. Turn me down. Put it on, Guru. I can just imagine Trump doing that. Like, what is it? What is it? Mr. Truestar Terrain says something. He said it's like they up and click or something like that. And they click and go up or something. It's something related to a weapon, a firearm. It was wild. Apatola? What is that? What is Apatola? Now you're going a little different way. What is Apatola? Bumper, did you just want me to say that? Apatola? It's fun to say. Apatola. Apatola. But I can just imagine making a drill rap. That'd be funny. Ayatollah plus up. Ayatollah plus up? I'm not sure. You're losing me, Bumble. You get me and then you lose me. I don't understand. Like, what's up with the Ayatollah? Up. Okay, up. Up what? That's all right though. Maybe it's not for me to understand. Op. Okay, OPP. Yeah, you know me. No, you're saying op. I'm sure something like that. But anyway, DJT in the booth, recording, and then he has the album out. He has a mixtape. No, he has a mixtape first. He has to have a mixtape. Iran's my bitch or something like that. That'd be funny. That would be funny. And he starts selling out of the trunk of his car like J. Cole. 0 viewers right now. 0. Bing, bing, bing. 0. 0 viewers right now. 1 viewer now. Okay. Was up to like 18, but that's fine. But yeah, so we're at war. We're at war. And all the people that believe and have faith, it's cute, but doesn't really. I'm not gonna bash anybody that has faith. I know too many people that are close to me have faith. People that I care about have, they just haven't had their awakening yet. They may never have their awakening, but it's always an opportunity to have it. I had my awakening 17 years ago. Wait, was that? Hold on. No, excuse me. 19 years ago. Going on 19 years ago. Mark says, we've been at war, to be honest, yes, and how are they actually going to get back at us? Well, that's a good question, Mark. If we're able to do preventative measures, they won't get back at us. If we don't act like the giant with clay feet, if we don't act like the paper tiger, we didn't show paper tiger today. That's for damn sure. But if we show ourselves to be strong and powerful like we are, instead of downplaying our efforts, that's one thing I do admire about Trump's in a sense. It's miscalculated and misguided, but he has a sense of what America really can be. He has a sense of, a complete American. He doesn't have the intellectual sense of what America is. He doesn't have the ideas all together, but he has like a sense of life about America. That's what I think is appealing to some people. I can see right through it. I can see what it is, but some people really take that. Just stole that, Ish. Yeah. But we have been at war technically. We're still at war. We're in like a constant state of war. Like screenwriter, director, Aaron Sorkin once said, I'm always in a constant state of writer's block. We're in a constant state of war. Eventually, he'll come out with a script and direct it or whatever the case may be. But otherwise, he's in complete turmoil over writing, and that's what with war. We kind of still are at war with Korea. It was a stalemate. We just staring at each other at the 38th parallel. Like, you can't cross here. You can't cross here. No, you can't cross here. You can't cross here. Like, that's all we're doing in Korea at the 38th parallel. Oh, I didn't see that. Security here in the States must be on high alert because they will try to retaliate. I didn't see that. I just saw your post, Mark. Pardon me. Why can't we all just get along? Rodney King. Why can't we all just get along? I mean, come on. 6'9" Trump. I say DJT. Young DJT. Or little DJT. Or big DJT. The notorious DJT. But we can't all get along. No, you can't get along. Just like we can't, take away the guns. You start taking away guns, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign for a country to take away guns. It's a really bad sign. I think most European countries have strict gun laws. Like, you have to go through processes like that took months or years to get a weapon, a firearm. What do you need? Like a signature and some money, and you got a Glock 9 with extendo with the switches, with the extra magazine. And then there's a great clip on YouTube. You should look it up. This guy at the firing range showing him the difference between putting it in the magazine forward or backwards. He's like, Is this what we do? And he's like, oh, I have to make sure the weapon's correct. Oh, how about that? How about that? That's Marine talk. How about that? How about that? Yeah, 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 recruit. Yeah, Marine. You know what part is hilarious? The 6'9" Trump. Could you imagine with face tattoos? Trump with fat, 6'9", and an X or something like that, or some all the markings that 6'9" has on his face. I just want Trump to do that one day. Like during his last year of office, he should just get face tattoos, be a sitting duck, and ride out the rest of his presidency with facial tattoos and cutting mixtapes and albums. That'd be hilarious. He'd probably be down for it. He'd probably be down for it. I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would be. He'd be really down for it. He'd be like, you know what? I'll do that. That's cool. That's funny. But until then, we're at war. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe. Salute to Mobb Deep, infamous. Declared the greatest rap album of all time by Pitchfork. By the way, it slaps though. It is. I'm just listening to it. I'm like, you ever listen to an album and then you never heard or you haven't heard of it before, and then you listen to it and you're like, hold on, he said that. Like, hold on, didn't Push say that? Didn't Jay say that? Didn't you know what I mean? It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun how hip hop works like that. How you recycle somebody's lines. You never heard of the original version, and then you heard the original, and you're like, oh, that's what he said. I was in the Snoop album. There were different lines on there, and I was like, damn, they used his lines. I was like, damn. But then, anyway, I digress. We had to talk about this war. We had to talk about this war with Iran. They hit the right one. This is like 101, so stupid, crazy. Why didn't this happen? What is it going on? 23 years ago, next month, in Iraq. We should have said Iran. We messed up with a letter from a Q to an N. Instead of Iraq, we should have had Iran. Maybe ground troops. Maybe ground troops aren't necessary. Probably not. The bombing should be sufficient. Khomeini and Khamenei. And he's still alive. Don't get it twisted. Still, I'm going by Wikipedia. Wikipedia knows real quick. When somebody's alive or dead, they'll show it to you. They're not playing around. They're not playing around. But just imagine that. I mean, sheesh. I'm just imagining it. Just imagining it. But this is war. This is war. This is war. This is war. This is fighting. Nasty, ugly, bloody, messy. War. That's war. It's the 21st century. We've been doing this for hundreds of centuries, for millennia. Humankind. The first man that crawled out from the cave or crawled out from the abyss, from the muck and the mud, and knocked somebody over the head with a rock, and that tribe went after that tribe and after that tribe for centuries and upon centuries. We've been doing it. We've been doing it ever since. We've yet to understand absolute peace. The sirens in Iran sound crazy. I didn't hear them. I heard the ones in Israel, I think, but I haven't heard the ones in Iran. What do they sound like? They're like or something like that. Just give me a phonetic. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Bumba. Yeah. He's got all these kids but one grandchild. That's interesting. He's got, I'm talking about KK, Khomeini. He's got Majtaba Khomeini, Hoda Khomeini, Mustafa Khomeini, Masood Khomeini, or Masad, I can't pronounce the name, Basra Khomeini, and Maysum Khomeini, and he only has one grandchild. That's very interesting. Huh. That is interesting. He's a brigadier general. He's only 16 years? Oh, 26 years. No, 16. 16 years young? Younger than his grandfather? That's weird. I'm confused. Yeah, I'm confused, but that's fine. Got one person in here with 5 likes. Not bad. I'm not mad. Oh man. So, this whole situation, it's good news. I have to say that. And bravo, President Trump. Cause it was if Kamala was is it Kamala? I don't want to get her name wrong just to get her name wrong. Kamala, yeah, Kamala Harris. She wouldn't be doing this. She'd be working on, her Juneteenth celebration. If Biden was capable of being president, he would not be doing this. He'd be mad that, they didn't strike first. They have to. If you hit me first, then I'll hit you back. No, 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 no. They already hit first. It hit first in 1979. That was their first hit. They said, "Oh, America's puss. America's pussy. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna talk about good game, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, we'll free your hostages. All the hostages were freed after 444 days. Not one of them. Well, a few people might have had scrapes and scraps and a few injuries or something like that. But everybody came home alive. Interesting fact: they let the black people go. There is never an instance that I can remember where there have been black hostages from the United States. FBA, Foundation of Black Americans. They're not good bargaining chips, as Dave Chappelle once said. I've got 5 black. Hello? That's the reason why there are no black hostages. They're not good bargaining chips. Nobody cares about blacks like that. Oh, you can play basketball and make some music. That's great. Wonderful. Well, what else can you do? But anyway, seriously, the Beirut bombing of the Marines barracks in 1983, all the way up to 93 with I'm not going to say, they had direct ties, but they didn't, come to America's aid, with the first World Trade Center bombing, and then you had the second World Trade Center, of course, September 11, 2001. Iran most likely helped in some way, had some hand in it that was very adverse. I'm sure of it. But Saudi Arabia is the one that might be challenged to help us now, even though they were the ones that helped precipitate September 11, 2001. It gets sketchy. It gets real sketchy. And that's when my niggas draw. But it's mess. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. But we have to fight. We have to fight. We have to fight. The fighting spirit in Trump. That's when he got shot in his ear during an assassination attempt. That fighting spirit he had, that's the kind of American idealism that we have to have. I mean, there's sometimes where Trump is very mixed to terrible. He's terrible, but he's mixed too because like he did stuff like today. Whatever he did today was a great way of showing that he can actually govern, he can actually preside, he can actually lead. And like I said, he's probably on strings. I'm sure he's on strings, His military advisors, the Secretary of War, I guess we are saying. Are we saying Secretary of War? Are we saying Secretary of Defense? I'm not sure. I'm getting mixed, responses, but yeah. So I just look at Trump in a totally different light. I look at him totally differently, totally differently, and I just see him, with a D minus. He passed, but with a D minus. He's got a D minus. He's about to fail, but he didn't act like this. This is like getting a 100 on a test with extra credit. Cause it's like so obvious. It's like, hello, Iran, not Iraq. We lost 4,000, 3,000 people in Iraq. Young kids, legs blown off, face blown off, blind, deaf, missing limbs, missing their arms and legs, paralyzed from the neck down, from the waist down. For what? For oil? Oh, well, here's the story behind that. America didn't get the oil. It's still in Iraq control. Still in Iraqi control. So what was it? Oh yeah, it was about the weapons of mass destruction. Yes, yes. Why are we even entertaining that still? Weapons of mass destruction. One of the worst, most horrific policies or ideals ever projected by the government. Liars. Liars. Colin Powell, liar. Donald Rumsfeld, liar. Condoleezza Rice, liar. George W. Bush, liar. But it's like everybody lies in government. Everybody lies. Obama lied, Biden lied, Trump lies. It's not coming. Clinton lies, obviously. But these were more dangerous, more vicious lies. Clinton just lied about getting a blowjob, okay? Who cares? Like, that's how sick we are. During 2000, that whole time period, 99 2000, from the 99 to 2000, Clinton was just saying, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yes, you did. You're a liar. Okay, thanks. Next. Y2K. Oh my God, the computer systems are all going to fail. Everything's going to go to hell. What happened? No, it didn't happen. Then you had the voter issue in Florida with the hanging chads and all that stuff like that, just to distract you, just to keep you from looking at the reality. Like, we got these sand niggers preparing some crazy shit, and we're gonna see what happens. And then they prepare it all, and they get together and they say, you know what, we can go from doesn't matter. We can get on these planes. We got box cutters. We'll just hijack these planes, slam them in these buildings, and we'll just keep it pushing. Do we care about women and children? No, don't care about women and children. But we have to. Rules of engagement. We have to care about women and children. I wouldn't be mad if they're going to court-martial me for shooting a woman with an AK-47 or a bomb strapped to her chest, or a 4-year-old that can shoot an AK-47. They can, by the way. By the time you're 3 or 4 years old, you can shoot an AK-47. I'm blowing that little nigga away. I'm blowing that bitch away. I don't care. I don't care. They're dust. They're getting dusted. So, But that's all I wanted to say. Had a rant and rave, during a day like this. This is a day to remember. This is a date that's etched in history, and should resound with great victory for America and Israel. Both nations did a great thing today. Their leaders are awful. Netanyahu and Trump are just terrible human beings and terrible leaders, but they did a good thing. Just because you do a good thing doesn't mean you're good, though. That's just one thing I want you to know. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Make sure you subscribe. And I will see you sometime tomorrow. Take care.